Hey y'all, it is Julian, also known as the Bearded Thrift Machine, here on YouTube, and I buy stuff, flip it online, and make YouTube videos about it. Recently on the channel, you have been seeing a ton of thrifting videos, but that is just part of what I do. So today, I'm going to show you the other part of what I do, and that is, listing, shipping. We just stopped at the post office to get that squared away. So every day I go to the post office and drop off my stuff. I don't have them pick it up. And the reason is, sometimes they're just unreliable, and I cannot have that unreliability. I have to make sure that those packages are at the post office the next day, because I have next day shipping on eBay. So everything I ship out is next day. But right now we're at the storage unit. As you can tell, I have an indoor storage unit, and I want to go ahead and go in there and I'll show you really what I've been doing, and it's really been working a lot better this year than it did last year. All right, so here's the storage unit. As you can tell, I have a ton of stuff in here, and a lot of this is unlisted. Now I have to go ahead and order some shipping supplies because all of my bubble wrap is gone, and I do that through bulk through Uline. My USPS boxes are getting a little low, so this is all shipping stuff. This is actually inventory. This is all unlisted inventory. Somebody asked why I haven't been picking up waffle irons, and this is why, because I have 1, 2, 3, and I think I have one down there. So there's 4 waffle irons that need to be cleaned, and the rest of this is just stuff that needs to be listed. But last year at the end of the season, I picked up a ton of golf clubs, super cheap yard sales, Facebook Marketplace. I really put the hammer down looking for them, and then I let them sit all winter. Didn't really list any of them. When I would find them at the Goodwills, I would pick them up. Well, this is all I have left to list. Now I know that looks like a lot, but I have been coming over every day, and I pick up 10 to 12 a day, or 4 iron sets. And I actually have a whole bunch down there too. I don't think you can see it, but I have a whole bunch down there. So today I'm gonna pick out 10 good ones. These are all usually pretty good because I've already hand-picked them to sell. So I'm gonna pick up 10 here, and then that's really what I've been doing, is coming over here, just picking these up. And then this is good because everybody says it's bad to have a death pile. I don't really think so, because when times are rough and you can't find inventory, you know that you have stuff to list. All right, so say after I go pick some stuff up, this is now my intake area, and really the intake area is just my garage. This one little table right here, and if you watched my last video, you saw me go ahead and pick up this gigantic mixer. Now when you saw the mixer, it looked disgusting. It had like stuff coming out of it and everything. This is actually the finished product of me just cleaning it. This is where I do all my intake. I make sure there's no bugs or anything and stuff, and clean everything, and then go from there. I did bring the scale out to show also a couple things on this mixer, because it's so big, of what I would do compared to, say, if I was gonna sell this little lantern, the difference in shipping stuff. So basically, after I clean this and everything, you can take pictures. If you're using photo room and it's a good day outside and I have the garage door up like I do, you can tell in here the lighting is actually really nice. So I don't need to go someplace in a white background or anything like that, because photo room, the app will just delete the background, makes the pictures look really nice. So I just take most of my pictures actually on this table on nice days with the garage door up, and the lighting is actually the best because it's sunlight. So this thing right here, super big, and I get a lot of questions on Instagram and YouTube about how I go ahead and do shipping. Now with something like this, you definitely want to go ahead and weigh it, and I always say get a good scale, and get a scale with a detachable display like this, so you can actually put big items on it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this item on this and show you how much it weighs. That is one gigantic blender, 34 pounds and 3 ounces. All right, so that's your starting weight. You definitely don't want to just go ahead and say, hey, it weighs 34 pounds shipped weight. That's just the product. Now, something like this, the box is going to be pretty heavy. It's going to be a very large box. We'll go over that in a second. Plus the packing material, this bubble wrap a little bit, but mostly is going to be styrofoam. I have like some styrofoam up there that I hold just for the reasons like this. I cut styrofoam out and kind of shape it together and all this type of stuff, because this needs to be very secure in the box. Now, like dimension wise, so a lot of people always ask, do you pre-ship things? No, I don't, but the dimension wise is you want to go ahead and like measure out how big it is, and then add with something like this, probably 2 inches to 3 inches on either side of it. So this right here is looking like it's close to 16 inches. And that's how you kind of do your measurements, is you measure this, or how I do it is that I go ahead and measure the size of the item on these oversized items, and then I add 2 to 3 inches per side, especially in something like this, for packing material, because you don't want this thing, because this, I actually opened this up, but this is plastic, and you don't want because this thing weighs so much, like this falling on its head right here and cracking this, because you don't want to pay the return shipping on something like this. This is going to cost a ton of money to ship. But I did do some, comps on it. I said in the other video, this thing's going to probably sell for $200, $250, and I only paid 20 bucks for it. So I got it all nice and clean. Also, something like this, I saran wrap everything. I put all the attachments in here. I'll individually like wrap those, saran wrap those up in there, make sure everything's nice and tight. Then I'll saran wrap everything so it's nice and secure, and then that's how I actually pack it. But that's how I do my shipping. Something like this where it's small, I would just weigh this and then I would put the weight down, but I'm not gonna actually measure this out. I know that this is gonna fit in a priority box, most likely a number 7 if I was gonna sell this. I'm actually not gonna sell this because this is really cool, but I don't individually measure everything out. If I know it's not an oversized package, like I know that is an oversized package, I know this is not an oversized package just from experience. This won't be measured, it would just be weighed, and then I'll tell you, then I'll type it in on eBay, the amount of weight. I only do calculated shipping, like 99% calculated, and only 1% would be free shipping. Free shipping is most likely going to be in a padded flat rate for some of my tools where I know exactly how much it's going to be. All right, so this room right here is like where the magic happens. This is my main office, as I would say, for eBay. It's where I do my shipping. It's where I have some of my supplies. Most of my stuff is here, like my inventory is on shelves here. This is where the computer is, the Dymo, and we will actually go over the stuff that I use most. I have a regular laptop. I bought it new about 2 years ago when I started, and it works very, very well. You actually bought it for YouTube, but it works also good for eBay, so a good computer is always helpful. But I do have a Dymo. I'm not saying Dymo is like the best, but it is good. It's never failed me, but a thermo printer really is really good. I used to use the old Canon right here, and you can do that, but I'll tell you right now, the best way is definitely using a thermo printer. They save time, they save money, they save effort, they save everything. So if you can't afford one, that is a really good investment. Not so much the Dymo, there's Rollos, there's Zebras, there's all types of other ones. You pick your poison, but a thermo printer over a regular printer any day when it comes to this type of stuff. Then I have this is, as you can tell, actually some of my shelves are about half full, so I have a lot of room to go ahead and grow. As you can tell, all that's empty. All that stuff up there sold not too long ago. And then this is one of the bigger areas I have my inventory. I will tell you this, in the beginning, I wish I would have custom skewed this stuff because it is getting a little difficult to find items. I basically know where items are, but I will tell you, if you are starting out in reselling and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and scale and think you're gonna have a whole bunch of items, get your custom SKUs, at least mark a shelf or something to help you out. I have none of that. I kind of lump things in like objects, like most of my glass is down there, my electronics are up there, but not the best way at all to do that. And then I did put more shelving in right there. So definitely when it comes to inventory, I actually have inventory in the other room also. And definitely if you are starting out, a custom SKU system works very well. Now I don't have a regular like packing table. I was over at my dad's house the other day, and we have started him an eBay store. He's doing very well, and I'll tell you, he has the best packing table. I pack all my stuff on this table, or it's honestly on the floor. So I'm a little bit jealous of this table. I might have to have him come over and like build me one, but this is where I do most of my packing, is just on this one table. And then this TV right here, it's kind of hard to see because I got the curtains open. That TV is a lifesaver when it comes to testing things. I would not test combo units because it was so hard to test on the big TV out in the living room. And once I got this TV, Kayla actually gave it to me, and I will tell you, it has been just really a game changer when it comes to me not being lazy and testing electronics, even when it comes to like Wii's and everything like that, because it's so easy to get to the connections, that a good little testing TV is another really good investment. All right, now this room is more of like kind of a dungeon. This room it looks very unorganized when you look at it. Everything you've seen so far looks fairly organized. This one, not so much. So, I kind of throw a lot of stuff in here. It's where I have a lot of my boxes behind me, and if you don't have a box pile, please tell me how you get away from it. You gotta have a box pile. You gotta have boxes that you pick out of that aren't USPS boxes. So real quick, I'll give you an overview of this room. Definitely just a regular, that's all listed inventory there. Plushes are right there, all old inventory there. I've had a lot of stuff on this shelf for well over a year. This is my like where I take pictures at. Now I will tell you this, I do have a little box, like a little light box, and I don't like it as much as this. This is where I like to take pictures at, even if it's small items. The lighting is just better. The box throws even some weird shadows on it that I'm not a big fan of. It's not bad for super small items, but anything that's like larger than a fishing reel, I do it right here. So unless I'm outside, and I do it outside. So, and then all this is listed inventory right here. Again, I have tons of room. I just cleared this shelf out. That was full of Harley gear, which is now listed in those. These bins are all clothing, except that bottom bin is something totally different. But all my clothing there, I got some shoes there. And then right here is my other clothing that I have. And all that is still empty up there. So I definitely have a lot of room to continue to grow. That's my box ball. I know it's disgusting, don't look at it. And they are some shipping supplies there. And that's really about the entire setup that I do. You know, just a really good scale, a really good printer is important, a decent computer. I do everything off of my phone. I list off my phone, take my pictures off my phone. Since Photo Room, I've been using that. Now it does cost money, but I think it's well worth it because I don't, if like I'm outside and I'm cleaning items in the intake area, I can actually take pictures of them, weigh them, wrap them in saran wrap. If I'm doing a custom SKU, the only custom SKUs I actually do are on my golf clubs. But if I am doing that, then I'm gonna go ahead and write it down, and that thing's ready to be put away, and when it sells, you know, I'll find it on the shelf somewhere. All right, so right there, that is a solid overview of really how I run this thing, and I get a lot of questions. That's why I kind of wanted to do this video. Recently, again, I've been doing all thrifting videos, and that is just a fraction of what I do. Now, it's fun to watch, don't get me wrong. I love going thrifting. I like going to yard sales, auctions, you name it. I like buying stuff. If you didn't know, we have a Etsy store. Kayla is killing it with the machine merch. This is a little thing right here that we sell, and she makes that decal. She made the decal, and it's from a vinyl that is vinyl. And if you want to, there is a link down below where you can get one of these. We also have them in silver, and we also have keychains, and we have magnets, which is really cool. She does everything with the Etsy store. I just ship it out. She's created these things. She's thinking of more designs. We also just started a Facebook page. That is linked down below. We also have a P.O Box in case you guys want to send something to us. That is down below. And also we have a email address. That is down below. All that stuff is new. We're trying to reach out to where you guys can engage with us more, not just on YouTube, because I know a lot of people don't have Instagram. So we did all that stuff. All right, so if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I picked up this axe. I think it was like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago at the Goodwill, and it was terrible, but it was a good axe. It was a Fuller axe made in Japan, drop forged, super nice, super rusty, didn't have a handle or anything. I bought it for like $4 and I was like, this is good steel. I bet you my dad can restore this, and this is the awesome finished product. Got a mirror finish on it. Mirror finish, he put a sharp enough edge that you can shave with. Still has the markings there. Still go ahead and says Japan back there. Mirror finish coming down to it. Got a nice handle on it. Before they didn't even have a handle. He put snake skin handle leather on it. It's got a penny in the bottom right here. As you can tell, nice epoxy, and I'm telling you right now, he is super good when it comes to this type of stuff. He knows what he's doing. So definitely cool there. We might have to take a field trip over to his little shop to show you how he does this, maybe the compounds that he uses and stuff like that, because it really is helpful knowing how to do this if you are trying to get into that type of thing. So if you do have any questions, again, tell me in the comment section. I do appreciate everybody that watches, and you know I will always catch you on the next one.